Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back to the Carpenters Apprentice. Today, we got something real cool to show you. So that's pretty fantastic, all the stuff that you're doing here and how you've been able to produce for yourself. But one of the things that I think is really fascinating is that you've kept going, location after location after location. You kept moving, you wouldn't stop. This is a dream that I've seen you chase with my very eyes for years now. Why is it so important for you to be a small business owner? And why is it so important for you to be in control of your own destiny?
I think being in control of my own part is the biggest part of itself, because I can actually say I know where it started from. I built it from the ground up, and it's my doing rather than somebody else's doing and creating and molding me to their liking. And I think I've created my own liking to where I think it's actually best, to where I know that I'm doing well, and I may have flaws here and there, but that's everybody. But in the sense of actually building up, I know where I build up and I know where my strengths and weaknesses are. So that's what keeps me going.
That's pretty cool, brother. And while you were facing that adversity of having to move, you know, was that difficult for you? Did you ever think like, fuck it, I'm out?
I think the only hard part was going to a new location and not knowing what the outcome is going to be. You get so comfortable to one area that when you actually go to another area, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So you have to kind of be optimistic and say, okay, how am I going to do it? So other than, trying to hustle and, post out, make checks, send out calls, things like that, I had to still work for it. It just didn't come to me. The customers didn't come all the time. So I had to hustle and, keep myself busy, set my appointments, so that way I knew what my weeks looked like.
That's pretty cool. Now, let me ask you a question. Is it kind of weird to be managing a small business? Because that in itself is quite stressful while you are in the relaxation business. So let's say you're in there relaxing somebody else, but up here, you're still right there getting all the stuff ready, going through the monotony of business. I
think the thinking time is actually doing the massage, because that gives me time to actually center myself, grab my thoughts together, and think of what my next move is going to be. After I get out of there, what's my next move? What am I going to do? Am I going to make some calls? Am I going to post on Facebook? Am I going to do this? So my mind is always constantly going, but at that time I relax, but at the same time my mind is actually gearing, okay, what's my next move?
As a small business owner, you're always having to drive yourself in order to feed yourself. How do you keep that motivation day in and day out?
If I'm not here, I'm not making money. So if I'm here, then I'll make money, and I'm guaranteed to at least do something. Whether it's one haircut, one massage, it's one haircut and one massage I didn't do if I wouldn't be here. So I think being here and being motivated to be here every day, day in and day out, not to say to kill myself, but to still say, okay, if I work, I see the profit because I see the customers happy, and then of course I get the growth from it. But if I'm not here, then I don't see any growth because I didn't do anything. So self-motivating myself and doing stuff is what actually keeps me going.
That is so incredible. First of all, to see you driving yourself, moving like your goals forward on your own. I've been able to watch this gentleman do this for over several years, and so it's very fascinating to see you continue to grow and continue to move. That's fantastic. You've now become this kind of like one-stop shop where people can come. Like I said, I got the haircut, I got my eyebrows done, I got a massage. Is that something that you really like to push and focus on?
I would rather do that than just, I have an appointment here this morning for my eyebrows. I have an appointment this afternoon for my massage. And you're jumping around going in different directions. If I'm able to service that, of course, it's going to make myself grow and be well-rounded. But I think the best part about it is being able to service everybody's needs in one place, and you just came in and you left.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Really, it's a real time saver because you're not driving there, then there, then there. It's a real pain in the ass to do that shit. So, okay, what is something that you would tell people? How would you give them the pitch to let themselves relax, to treat themselves to something good?
I think it would always be make them feel comfortable. Because if they're not comfortable in one sense, then of course you're not going to gain them as a client. But at the same time, you want to be able to give them that confidence and tell them this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it. And them feeling comfortable and relaxed, it would actually be more easier. That's the foot in the door right there.
Okay, so you got to make sure the customer's in the right space before you guys even get to it.
Correct. It's just because you want to feel comfortable. You just don't want to go anywhere and get your eyebrows done. You don't want to go anywhere and just get your hair done. You have to be comfortable in the setting and the surrounding, and of course yourself. So I think sometimes, like with experience, some customers will say, you know, well, the person didn't look too assertive, or they didn't know what they're doing. And sometimes they did say that they know what they're doing, and of course that's what actually brings you closer to who you're going to be being serviced by. So you don't want to be nervous, and you don't, you know, you're sitting in the chair and they're going to be like, what am I going to do, or what am I going to look like when I'm done? You want to make sure you actually give them that sense of security and make sure that they feel, you know, secure. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm confident.
What do you wish you had known when you were doing your first, like, what is something you wish you could go back 5 years ago and tell yourself?
It's not as hard as it seems. The buildup is always the hardest part, and it's like taking a test. Some people are test takers. I'm not. If you actually would tell me, oh, you know, if I would have known this before I took the test, when I first took my license exam, I was like, if I would have known that when I first started, I wouldn't have been as nervous as I was when I first took it, and I would have been more calm and collective. But I think going back and doing it, would I do it all over again? I would, because I like the fact that I love to do what I'm doing.
That's beautiful, brother. Now, how can folks find you or get a hold of you?
On my Facebook page, which is Massage by Joe Angel, and then on Facebook, which is Angel Canales. You can always find me on Google by Massage by Joe Angel, and also on Yelp as Massage by Joe Angel.
That's fantastic, brother. Anything you want to tell the people before we go?
Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. I appreciate it.
Brother, we appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
for you guys at home, we will see you next time.